I mean, you said it yourself, right? Why fix what ain't broke? Ooh, so the Janna is going to be banned. I would hope ban Lulu. Right. But in either of those situations, Quinn is also going to be available. Quinn does well in Dinar. Yeah, it's like right, exactly. Quinn does well in Dinar. It's not if you're the Nar, it's not impossible, but you need help. Like it's definitely like a really like aggressive like suffocating lane, if you will, right? Because every time you go to CS or trade, she's just always going to be on top of you and dealing more damage. The only thing you can hope for is that you get a jungle gank around the time where you get Meganar, and you have to land your W stun. But she can just vault out of that, so it's really tough. Would be very surprised to see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, most likely top though, considering everything. Oh, they are going to take the Nautilus though. That's that's good. That's very smart. Right. Right. Yologuchi Swag still has Morgana available. Braum is also available as well. Braum does pretty decently into Nautilus, I think. Alistair. Oh, a wombo combo. Malphite. My only concern is right. Who's your main targets? Right. You have TS Wrath and TS Celeste. Let's assume in the case of a team fight, TS Wrath is split pushing. So you're basically just trying to kill TS Celeste. Morgana Black Shield is going to be very valuable here, and it's definitely going to be up to Yologuchi Squad to make sure that TS Celeste does not get womboed. Yeah, it's been very effective thus far. So. Oh, okay. This is definitely going to be a different dynamic. That's 100% for certain. Here's my only concern, right? Is that TS Greed, he's going to just fight against Malphite top. He's going to be able to, at the very least, farm all he wants, and he's going to be able to just push Malphite under his turret, which means that TS Greed and TS Celeste could definitely invade US economy. So, like, US economy needs to be very careful, right? Because we can presume for the most part that he's just going to be farming until level 6. And But prior to that, what Lust and Greed can do is just push their lane, and same thing with Sloth. Just push and push and push the top and mid lane so that they can get the deep ward vision into U.S. economy's jungle. And as we all know, a Rengar who falls behind is just completely worthless. What was it? TSM without with pre double lift? Well, I don't know. I'd say Wrath is doing a pretty good job. He hasn't, granted, he hasn't played a champion where he can do this, but he. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been a comparison where where TS Lust is just being rushed, and he's just running all over the map, getting deep vision into the enemy jungle, ganking every lane left and right. So yeah, that sounds pretty convincing, especially with the whole shower just controlling mid lane. And what was the other one? So Team NYNBW is TSM pre double lift. Yeah, that sounds about right. I do no damage jumping into 5 people and just dying. Although I suppose double lift does the same thing, but yeah, I can see it. Okay, we may as well change the name of the game, the name of the teams then. Team Sigh is now Impulse, and NYNBW is now TSM. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the LCS here, and we're live coming from you in Los Angeles, and we got a hell of a matchup, Impulse and TSM. Oh man, but something I'm a little still concerned about is it's not like in the first game we saw NYNBW on a really scale heavy comp, and we're still kind of seeing that here, right? Silver does pretty decent, for. I'm just looking at this top lane matchup, right? Because you can't let Greed push into his turret and then roam wherever he wants, right? Because that's going to end disastrously. And you can't, as a Rengar, it's very difficult to gank the Quinn, right? Because all Quinn needs to do is push up and ward this river, and as soon as Rengar shows in the river, you just back off, right? Because what's Rengar going to do? Even with a full stack bowler, you can still dodge it and you're fine. Unless he flash bowlers, which is possible, but we're gonna have to see. This Quinn thus far, every time TS Greed has picked up this Quinn, even if he gets camped, even if he gets shut down, he's always still very effective at shutting down the enemy top laner, right? So he's somewhat like a Nunu, except he's more useful, right? Because what is Nunu's role? Nunu's role as a jungler is to basically. Exactly. You're useless. You're a useless jungler. So what you do is you just make the other jungler useless. You make them cry. TS Greed has done a very good job at doing that. Even if he falls behind, let's say he falls behind because he gets ganked multiple times. Despite that, he still makes the enemy top laner useless. And in the event that he doesn't get camped, then not only does he make the enemy top laner useless, but he's a god himself. So definitely a force to be reckoned with. We're going to see just how NYNBW can respond with this new Wombo combo team comp here, and just going to see if they can pull it off. Of course, the composition doesn't really change much in the fact that Team Sigh's ward control and vision control alongside the rivers and deep warding of the enemy jungler has just been phenomenal. So, hopefully NYNBW has taken into account all of this and has prepared themselves for this third and potentially final game. Maybe we'll see a reverse sweep. Who knows? Do we believe in the Rengar, folks? Do we believe in the Malphite? Stay tuned. The Nautilus Sivir versus Morgana Jinx, right? Oh, hang on a minute. Are we going to be seeing some mid-game shenanigans? Mingu running straight to the mid lane, avoids the light binding. Good for him. That would have been, yeah, no, easily, right? Light binding.
What the song says at all.
Whoa. Yeah, of course. I'm saying if the light binding connects then into a dark binding, he's dead. Guaranteed. So very smart from Mingo there too. Run straight into the mid lane. He does catch any type of potential shenanigans that they were going to pull off. But looking at this bottom lane, right? I do no damage on the Sivir, Matt UI against on the Nautilus against Morgana Jinx. How do you feel about this? In range. On the flip side, though, Sivir can eat Dark Bindings for mana, and it can save herself, save the Nautilus as well. So, yep. So, oh, there's a nice, very fair amount of damage going down onto Yellow Gucci's Swag. He's going to be forced to eat a few biscuits, most likely. I do no damage though, taking the brunt end of the damage in the turn though. TS Sloth in the mid lane, going blow for blow with Mingu though, taking a lot of damage. Does land that singularity. Matt, trying to land another dredge line. I do no damage, so caught with a great Dark Binding. Has yet to scale the spell shield. So no luck there yet. There it is. So he does decide to pick up spell shield level 2, so now the trade should be a lot more one-sided. Mingu though, gonna be getting the front end of this gank though. TS Lust holding on to the cocoon, does miss it. Mingu still has flash, should be okay. Decides not even to flash. And he's going to be sticking around the lane, just chugging down those potions. Another singularity though. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. Both these mid laners looking for the outplay, looking for the kill potential. Of course, Mingu is the one running Ignite, so that is something to be aware of. Dark Binding goes wide, but I do no damage, deciding to just eat it up instead, just get that mana. And that's something that's really nice in this lane, right? Is that the Sivir can use all her spells, you know, her boomerang, consistently, and just drain her mana, but then she'll just return all that mana back when YOLO, Gucci Swag, or Wrath use one of their skill shots. Dredge line does go wide. TS Lust, once again, showing up in the top lane. X-Mentos, though, doing a good job warding his Tribush flank. He already sees the gank coming. He's going to just chill underneath his turret. Still, already 9 CS behind in this matchup is showing how much of a pain in the butt this queen can be. Checking on US economy here, level 4, walking past the top lane Tribush. Mentos is however, does eat a biscuit. Gonna see if US economy is gonna be willing to go for this gank or not. Only at 4 stacks right now. Oh, TS3 forced a flash shot. US economy trying to get the damage down, will not be able to. Everything good, Sean?
Oh yeah, everything's good. I didn't switch scenes, so they didn't see the game until now. So now they see it.
Okay.
Alright, guys. Okay, nothing much happened yet, but
Dredge line does connect the TS Rat though. The Black Shield gonna keep him healthy. I do no damage. Trying to return auto attacks. TS Lust is gonna find US economy though. Does make does have the cocoon go wide. US economy forced a flash. That's the early game damage of release, man. Putting in so much work.
he also likes going for the Rune Glade too. That's gonna be even more damage later on.
Absolutely. Five minutes on the clock though. The gold is just about even. Top lane advantage goes over to TSB, no surprise there, of course. Junglers are looking pretty even, although Rengar Yosikana was just forced to flash. Both AD carries going pretty even, and same with the mid lane. So far, nothing too drastic. YOLO Gucci Swag throwing the Dark Binding at I do no damage, only giving him mana though. So not the most effective means of harassment. Mingu forced underneath his turret. Keep in mind, TS Sloth just hit level 6, so it does have the all-in potential. Same with Mingu though, it does have that shockwave available as well. Here comes TS Greed though from the bot lane. He's going to be coming in on Valor. I do no damage. Does not have ultimate available. Does have flash though. Matt eating the chompers. Oh, it's going to be too late for him to flash. And there's going to be the first blood. Matt opting to dredge line in an attempt to save I do no damage rather than just walking out himself. I feel like that was a major miscommunication there. US Economy though, finding TS Lost in the jungle. Will spot the ward going down, but that's about it. Bow strike.
But yes, this so far it's not looking as snowbally as the last 2 games, but hey there, we could be wrong in the next 5 minutes.
To be fair, we did have an even game until about the 12, 13 minute mark last game, so
yeah, this is true.
Anything can happen here. Oh, there
the
goes the
shockwave does
shockwave
land with the Ignite ticking as well with the shield. Take a little bit of it, and the Dark Binding lands, and will he be able to live? No, the caster minion.
The Winion damage, man.
The caster, yo, I think Mingo actually would have lived if he had flashed the Light Binding.
Yes, 100%. I was about to mention the same thing. You have to flash the Light Binding. Now, regardless of the outcome there, it's still in Mingo's favor, right? He gets the experience lead, right, for the kill, and he also saves the summon as well. He saves his flash. So, in that regard, he's definitely going to be ahead. Although you might still need his Ignite in order to once again kill him, kill Sloth. But US Economy though is struggling to really find his tempo. Still level 5 on the Rengar, not really getting a whole lot done, only wasting his time in top lane. Meanwhile, TS Plus is already level 6, already got his freshly refreshed double buffs, and really just being effective overall. We do see Matt and YOLO Gucci Swag will be meeting around this Riverside brush. I do no damage, went back, did pick up the Warhammer, so that signals to me he's going to be rushing the Essence Reaver. TS Wrath once again going for that pickaxe BF sword. US Economy will be spotted by the Deep Vision, very impressive. They are now fully aware that he's level 6. TS Sloth should know that the potential gank is going to be coming. Here comes US Economy though. Will land the connect.
Oh
and
my
there it is.
god.
Damage.
So much burst damage. Oh, a nice flash on the Q, but they're gonna be going for this, and Mingo will be able to live.
He's the shield. There it is. He's gonna be good.
Dark Binding lands into US Economy, but they're still pretty safe.
Here comes TS Greed. Wait.
Oh, there's a Super Mega Death Rocket. Misses, but Greed flashes forward. Tries to finish on Mingo, and yeah, he does with Yellow Spike flashing forward.
Come on, man. It's the BM, the flash. You gotta BM it.
You try to flash for an assist as a support struggle.
Such a support struggle. Double buffs to TS Greed though is gonna mean that Mentos is gonna have a really rough time in this top lane, that's for sure. Looking at the bottom lane, once again, I do no damage has successfully shoved TS Wrath underneath his turret, currently holding about a 10 CS advantage. So, you know, the pressure is definitely on to the team side bot lane to just kind of regulate, or at the very least to control the their deficit. It was about a 1,000 gold lead due to the first blood from TS Plus, but now 10.5 minutes, almost 11 now, into the game, and the gold is more or less equalized. Only about a 300 to 200 gold lead in the favor of team side. As we do see Mentos just having the worst time of his life in that double lift. But here we see the team side top lane, potential top lane guys, as we see TS Sloth and TS Sloth invading and getting that deep ward control. Mingu gonna be getting spooky ghosted, looking to get hit with that singularity. Here comes TS Greed as well. Does not have flash, keep that in mind. Does have ultimate though, so. Oh, there it is! Will be burned, but it's not gonna be enough. Mingu gonna be surviving. Nice! Flash blow.
Oh, we have the flash. Unstoppable force.
Oh my. And an astounding flash unstoppable force damage is gonna be done there. I think this bot lane, there we go. I do no damage.
Ooh, good spell show on the Dark Binding, but the Soul Shackles comes out as I do no damage just walks away. Sivir on the hunt is still up though. But the exhaust comes out onto I do no damage with the Super Mega Deathlock, and now he uses on the hunt to try and escape, but the flash auto attack finishes him off. I feel like on the hunt should have been used much quicker than that.
So many things went wrong with that, right? Basically, if you're the hang on a minute, US Economy gonna be popping that ultimate, dodges the.
Oh my god.
That damage. Nice play from US Economy, managing to avoid the blind Dark Binding.
This is a 4-0 Rengar, but yeah, part of what you're talking about before, yeah, the Sivir could have flashed one of the Dark Bindings actually, because the spell shield was on cooldown still.
Right, so as a Nautilus, you cannot use your depth charge until.
Alright, until the Black Shield runs out, so you just want to use it on the other target, I guess.
So I think what they could have done is kill the Morgana, and then it probably would have been a trade of supports. But that, like, that, you know, that's obviously that's a lot better than what just happened, right?
Yeah.
So definitely some, you know, mechanics there that need to be improved on. Mentos though, putting the beatdown on the bird, finally accruing enough armor to not take, you know, the brunt.
Right, and if you look at it, TS Greed actually did not finish an item just that he's looking to finish the Ghost Blade first. Indeed. So that's also plays into a fact that it doesn't have a finished item compared to the Sunfire Cape from Mentos.
So far, oh, hang on a minute, we have quite the run though, although TS Less is going to be eating a heck of a lot.
Oh, the Dark Binding lands, and they're playing as much damage as they can onto Matt with the Shockwave missing.
Great repel, but Matt going to be able to survive the Super Mega Death Rocket just barely. That ain't wild, Turtle. Looking at US Economy, however, as you said before, 4-0-1 on the Rengar, Warhammer Warrior with the Spooky Ghost going out. And, you know, it's going to be up to US Economy to just continue to propel his team's lead. Currently up 1,000 gold over the side of Team Sigh. I do no damage, going to be forced to run away. Uses ultimate, I think that was a little bit...
Didn't he still have Spell Shield up?
He did. I think he was worried more about a potential release flank.
Oh, yeah, true.
But yeah, no. If he knew, let's say he knew where Elise was on the map, then he absolutely did not need to waste ultimate. Mingo does not have ultimate currently, but he does have Ignite, and Flash is going to be up very shortly thereafter. However, oh! This is going to be a...
That is a very dead Quinn.
That is bad.
The Rengar snowball is very real.
Oh! TS lost with the Flash Cocoon, not even close though. I would actually really like to see right now Team NYNBW get this Rift Herald. They have the top lane advantage. TS Slot just uses ultimate, is completely owned. Mingu has the roam potential. We'll be getting spooky ghosted, but that's not too big of a deal. Mingu, there it is. There's the flash. He's looking for the shockwave. Isn't going to connect. Does force TS Sloth to flash as well, though, so equal trade and someone is there. US Economy deciding rather than go for Rift Herald, we'll just help Mentos in the top lane take that turret, and there it is. And now, finally, we are seeing Team NYNBW clear the vision of Team Sigh and start laying down their own deep vision as well. US Economy nowhere near ultimate right now, but that does not mean he's not a threat, especially when he's inside the jungle. Going to be securing the blue buff for his team. And for once, we're seeing Team Sigh on the back foot, really just a bit caught off guard maybe, or maybe just not fully adjusted to these new picks coming out from Team NYNBW. But we're going to have to see how they can perform when they're behind for the first time. Down by 3,000 gold now, 16 minutes into this third game here, 4-8 in the favor of NYNBW as they look to take their first dragon of the game. TS Sloth just uses ultimate, so there's no risk of an ultimate steal there. TS Lust is in the vicinity, but looks like they're opting not to fight for this dragon at all. NYNBW, so far so good, doing a great job in just holding down the fort in that mid lane. Currently a 30 CS gold lead over his opponent. Top lane going dead even. Once again, I do know damage 10 CS up. And right now, things are looking pretty good for NYNBW. Just need to continue to scale and continue to improve and continue to push up their vision line.
But yeah, well, we are seeing the picks and bans affecting this game a lot. That we see that without access to the Lulu and the Janna, or I think it's just Lulu in general, that you see them struggling a bit without that champion.
Right.
This was the same thing that happened in the last game yesterday too, and Lulu wasn't an option for them. They weren't able to play, and then they actually lost that game.
Yeah, Sloth forced to use his ultimate to clear the wave once again. Just economy gonna be eating the brunt of that, but does have his ultimate available. Looking for an opening, looking for a side lane. Right now, because you can't disregard the wave clear of Lux, right? Lux wave clear is so good. So I would rather be seeing Mentos go top, stay top with that teleport, and someone else push bot. Because there is still that outer turret in the bot lane right now. It's good. Both teams currently posturing around the mid lane. We are seeing a 1-3-1 I just recommended. I guess you can call me a fortune teller there, though. I do know damage in NYNBW also having pretty good wave clear for their roles. Able to hold down the fort there. TS Greed forced to respond to the split push of the top lane Malphite.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when that 5v5 team fight does happen, because this is a 4-0 Rengar, and then there's the Sivir utility taken into account, along with how strong that unstoppable force is gonna be. Along with, not to mention that there's also the shockwave damage to consider too.
And the front line is going to be very impressive for...
Oh, the anchor does land onto Sloth. And the shockwave ends his life, followed by Lust.
Well, that's the ignite.
It looks like this could be a potential inhibitor, actually, because those are 30-second death timers.
Mentos does have teleports, so he can teleport if need be, but he is just currently walking, bringing the next wave with him. Although there is no wave here, so I don't...
Oh, actually, they're going to go for Rift Herald?
They don't have a wave, so yeah, that looks like to be the next best thing.
You know, it would be amazing if they're able to take Rift Herald and then right after just do Baron.
That would be hilarious. Rift Herald despawns at 1940, but
1955, I think.
No. So the hard despawn is 40. If you're in combat, it despawns at 55. So you would have to start Rift Herald, right, at 1940 or 1939, kill it before the 55 mark, and then just do Baron right after.
And they look to give the buff over to Sivir. I think it probably would have been potentially better to give it to Malphite, just because he can just keep being that split push threat, because he does have to teleport.
Right. You're going to be eating a bit of that final spark there, but nothing too concerning. TS Creed still looking to get his roam on. He's been trying his best this entire game to fly around the map and just get picks wherever possible, but so far he has just been unable to.
Oh my god!
It's a wombo combo. That is a dead.
And then the shields and the move speed too, and then there's the on the hunt coming through as well.
US Economy 503 showing us that the Rengar pick is still viable, that's for sure.
I think this is really good that they having him play this Rengar right here. It shows that I think in the next games to come, they should make him play these carry junglers. So you have him play the Rengar, you have him play the Lee Sin, you have him play Kindred if he does know how to play Kindred as well.
You just want to see Kindred.
I'm telling you, man, I'm surprised that it has not come out in any of these games. This is a very good champion.
People probably just aren't familiar enough with her or aren't comfortable enough with her. She's still relatively new, right? So.
Well, I don't know, because, like, Ilayoi is new. We actually haven't seen Ilayoi either.
I've been seeing a lot of her as support. Have you been playing a lot of solo queue recently?
I have. I only see her top lane. I saw one jungler, though. One jungle Ilayoi. It was very useless. Don't try it.
I've been seeing it a lot on support, and it's really tanky as a support. Whether or not it's very effective, perhaps not, but it's still a nuisance, not nonetheless. $22 on the clock, though, folks, as we see a 7,000 gold lead now in the favor of NYNBW. US Economy looking to get aggressive here. Will what? Oh, does he land the bowler? No.
Oh, yes he does.
Bowler. And despite the flash, Yellow Gucci Squad does fall. He did have Ignite, or excuse me, Exhaust. So he could have tried using that. Baron is up right now. Oh, TS Creed looking to get aggressive onto Mentos. I don't think that's a fight he really wins, though. In fact, I think Mentos could have just turned around and gone aggressive on him. TS Celeste taking a lot of that distance damage. Mingu definitely racking up the AP now. Luden Zeko, Athenes. TS Celeste forced to use his ultimate. Just a wave clear. US Economy getting onto TS Celeste. Oh! One-man shockwave is gonna be the end of...
Oh, they have to respect the Orianna damage output as she gets exhausted. The face of the mountain being used as well. She gets hit by a dark binding, and will they be able to follow up any more damage afterwards? The cocoon does miss, but Alus is about to lose his life to I do no damage. The light binding misses, but the spooky ghost finding some targets as Mentos is trying to do something to Greed. Greed has no mana, so I think this actually might be a free fight for him as he uses an unstoppable force to gap close with a Thunderlord's proc happening as well, and he's trying to go for the solo kill who flash forward. He flashes after in return, gets the slow off from his Q. Will he be able to finish him off as the knockback and the slow? Can't quite do it.
You can't underestimate the movement speed from the Youngos there. But looking on that bot lane failed tower dive, essentially US Economy jumped into TS Lust, chunked him for about half his health, but then he did manage to get the repel off, which in return left US Economy just standing under the turret asking himself, what am I doing here? So, as we see TS Sloth using his ultimate there just to secure his own blue buff. Mingu going to be getting his own there. Dragon is up, would be the second dragon of the game. Most likely to go into the hands of Team NYNBW. Lust and Greed looking to catch Mentos out on the top lane, unable to do so. Super Mega Death Rocket just short, or excuse me, just late.
But yeah, what do you think Team Sigh can do to somehow bring themselves back into this game? Because I feel that with how well ahead NYNBW is alone, considering the team composition, I feel like this is going to be a win for them. And then do you even consider the fact that Team Sigh can change up their picks and bans next game? Because they actually didn't do the Gnar ban this game. I forgot what they replaced with the Gnar ban, but we have TS Green getting anchored and then followed by his death.
So right now, the only thing you can do as Team Sigh really is just rely on your Lux and get that wave clear, right? TS Greed, he's basically useless, right? He's not able to one-shot anyone, he's not able to assassinate anyone, and he's so squishy. So all you can really hope for is that you can split push safely while the rest of your team just wave clears on the end, and you hope that you can just scale into the lane.
Oh, they're gonna go for this dive right here with the combo, the unstoppable force, followed up by the shockwave and the on the hunt as well. But yeah, when it comes to picks and bans next game, I feel that Team Sigh needs to realize that, hey, we need to make sure our mid laner plays something that has utility and decent amount of damage to the game. I feel the best thing for him to do is, because you see how he would have just played Lulu, but then when Lulu's out, he would just pick Lust. I feel like what he should do is pick Orianna instead. Take Orianna away from Mingo, and you're thinning Mingo's champion pool even more, because they banned out his Victor, they banned out his Anivia. They should go to pick his Orianna next game, because they're gonna be red side next game, and they don't have the priority to first pick Orianna. So I feel that you should pick Oriana on his Sarah rotation, and also consider, oh, but we have the fight happening right here after the Baron where we have the knockup from the depth charge, and they're just gonna concentrate all their damage onto Grieve with Lust getting snared, Exhaust going on onto Raph as I do no damage, trying to do his best into the rest of this fight, but Jinx is trying to fight a 3v1. Oh wait, he actually finished off Sivir as TS lost. Slop comes forward as he tried to kill Mentos as well. We have Matt just flashed over the pit. And that is a 4-4-2 in the favor of Team Sigh.
So basically, US Economy whiffed really hard there, right? He missed his full stack bola onto Greed, which took longer to kill him, which means he took more damage. And then he missed his flash. I actually didn't pay attention to what killed NYNBW in that fight. I'm not actually sure what happened to NYNBW.
That's a very small glimmer of hope, though, on the side of Team Sigh. They were able to kill most of the Baron buffs.
Nonetheless, it's still 9-19 and a 7,000 gold lead in the favor of NYNBW. As we see the Spooky Ghost deter Matt from pursuing any further. And, you know, it's like I said before, right? Basically, you have to rely on the wave clear of the Lux and the wave clear of the Jinx Rockets and just wait long enough until TS Wrath can get a full gold. Because at that point, that's what you're going to need, right? Like, look, he's going Bloodthirster, third item. Now, that's great against the likes of Poke and things like that, but when you're up against a Frozen Heart Sunfire Cape Rush Malphite, you need an early last Whisper. And currently he's just not opting to get one.
He buys a lifesteal over the last Whisper, but I feel the last Whisper would have been a much stronger option. And speaking of itemization, we have the Malphite with the Abyssal Scepters. That's a surprising amount of extra damage that he'll be able to do in these fights.
So, something to note right now is that TS Greed does... First off, Matt was the only Baron buff alive, and he's still alive, right? Second, TS Greed is top lane for whatever reason. So this should very easily be a very easy tower dive, especially now that TS Sloth doesn't have ultimate. I see no reason why they shouldn't tower dive this. Here comes the on the hunt though. TS Sloth is going to be landing down. There's not that great of an alpha ultimate, to be completely honest. Here comes US Economy. Going to be killing TS Wrath immediately despite the exhaust. And that is the power of a full damage, full threat Rengar. TS Greed trying to do what he can. Will get the kill there, force the flash away thereafter. Oh, and goodbye, friend.
Your 14 is flat.
And this should be the first inhibitor down for Team NYNBW. Yes, it is. Oh, Mingu does manage to secure the kill. Great outplay there on the flash of the Singularity, but gonna be dying to the turret, maybe? Nope, 11 health. Not even close, boys. Oh man, if Jinx's respawn was up like a few seconds sooner, I would have shot my rocket at the enemy base. Oh look, there it is. Too bad it's way too late. You needed to be up about 10, maybe 12 seconds earlier for that to have worked. So I suppose we can argue that the reason he wants a Bloodthirster, right, is for the shield, so that the Rengar can't as easily one-shot him. But look at that damage that the Rengar's doing, right? This Rengar, he one-shot, or he didn't one-shot, but he basically one combo killed TS Wrath through Dark Shield, or Black Shield, and through Exhaust. Like, that's ridiculous. "30 minutes on the clock, though. 10-24 and a 10,000 gold lead in the favor of Team NYNBW. Definitely showing that, you know, this most recent change in their pick and ban's phase has definitely been a huge help, as they are currently now sieging down this inhibitor turret in the mid lane.
So yeah, it seems that they're just gonna opt to go just to siege the rest of them, just because they do have the pressure from the bot inhib being taken.
See,
But their siege isn't all that great, just because they have Sivir, who's very short range.
see, right now, I feel that US Economy should have just ulted bottom.
Oh, we have the anchor onto Lust, but the Black Shield just keeps him safe.
I feel that US Economy should have just ulted bottom already and killed Greed, and then just continue to split push bottom, right? Which would detract.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that would have been pretty good.
I think that's way better than what he's doing now, because right now he's not doing anything. Oh, life bending is going to be hitting Mingu chunked pretty low.
They might try to do a potential dive on the next
There it is.
side lane,
Oh,
and there
look.
it is.
Gets both carries for Team Sigh, and ladies and gentlemen, that should be the game right then and there. There's a double kill for our Mingu. US Economy forced to flash away from TS Greed. TS Left trying to do what he can. Goes in for the flash Venomous Bite, but it's just not enough damage. TS Greed, the last man standing, but there's no possible way that he can hold on his own. No, the dissonance damage is too much. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a game 4.
So I think one of the things that Team Sigh has to do in order to win the next game is that they have to look at what's happening in the picks and bans, just because they were kind of going for the same composition as before, but then they were forgetting that they didn't have the access to the Lu, which they need a lot. So I feel that what they have to do is that they have to deny the Orianna pick, and I feel they have to also deny the Malphite pick as well. The Rengar pick, I don't think you have to worry too much about that, just because in this particular game,